Welcome to the 128 Civics questions for the U.S. Citizenship test, the 2025 version from Citizen Pass. The Civics test is spoken. The officer asks questions out loud and you answer from memory. For each question, use the countdown to recall your answer. Then I'll reveal and read the official answer out loud. Let's begin. What is the form of government of the United States? Acceptable answers include republic, constitution-based federal republic, or representative democracy. What is the supreme law of the land? The answer is the Constitution. Name one thing the U.S. Constitution does. Acceptable answers include forms the government, defines powers of government, defines the parts of government, or protects the rights of the people. The U.S. Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." What does "we the people" mean? Acceptable answers include self-government, popular sovereignty, consent of the governed, people should govern themselves, or the government's power comes from the people. How are changes made to the U.S. Constitution? Acceptable answers include amendments or the amendment process. What does the Bill of Rights protect? Acceptable answers include the basic rights of Americans or the basic rights of people living in the United States. How many amendments does the U.S. Constitution have? The answer is 27. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? Acceptable answers include it announced, declared, our independence from Great Britain. It said that the United States is free from Great Britain. It said that all people are created equal. Or it identified, lists, some of the rights people have. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? The answer is Declaration of Independence. Name two rights in the Declaration of Independence. Acceptable answers include life, liberty, or pursuit of happiness. What is freedom of religion? The answer is, you can practice any religion you want or not practice at all. What is the economic system of the United States? Acceptable answers include capitalism, free market economy, or market economy. What is the rule of law? Acceptable answers include everyone must follow the law, leaders must obey the law, government must obey the law, or no one is above the law. Name the three branches of government. The answer is legislative, executive, judicial. The idea of self-government is in the first three words of the Constitution. What are these words? The answer is, we the people. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Acceptable answers include checks and balances or separation of powers. Who is in charge of the executive branch? The answer is the president. Name one power of the president. Acceptable answers include signs bills into law, vetoes bills, enforces laws, commander-in-chief of the military, or chief diplomat. Who makes federal laws? Acceptable answers include Congress, the Senate and House of Representatives, the U.S. legislature, or the national legislature? What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress? The answer is the Senate and the House of Representatives. How many U.S. senators are there? The answer is 100. 100. How long is a term for a U.S. senator? The answer is 6. 6 years. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? This one depends on your state. Look up the current answer for where you live. How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? The answer is 435. 435. How long is a term for a member of the House of Representatives? The answer is 2. 2 years. Why do U.S. representatives serve shorter terms than U.S. senators? The answer is to more closely follow public opinion. How many senators does each state have? The answer is 2. 2. Why does each state have 2 senators? Acceptable answers include equal representation for small states, the Great Compromise, or the Connecticut Compromise. Name your U.S. representative. This one depends on your state. Look up the current answer for where you live. What does a U.S. senator represent? The answer is all people of the state. What does a member of the House of Representatives represent? Acceptable answers include all people of the district or citizens of their congressional district. Who does a U.S. senator represent? Acceptable answers include all people of the state or citizens of their state. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? The answer is Mike Johnson. Who is the President of the United States now? Acceptable answers include Donald J. Trump, Donald Trump, or Trump. Who is the Vice President of the United States now? Acceptable answers include J.D. Vance, J.D. Vance, or Vance. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The answer is the vice president. The President of the United States can serve only 2 terms. Why? Acceptable answers include because of the 22nd Amendment or because the Constitution limits the president to 2 terms. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The answer is the Speaker of the House. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? The answer is the President. How long is a presidential term? The answer is 4 years. In what month do we vote for president? The answer is November. What is the name of the President of the United States now? Acceptable answers include Donald J. Trump, Donald Trump, or Trump. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? Acceptable answers include J.D. Vance, J.D. Vance, or Vance. Who signs bills to become laws? The answer is the President. Who vetoes bills? The answer is the President. What does the President's cabinet do? The answer is advises the President. Name 2 cabinet-level positions. Acceptable answers include Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary of Commerce, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Education, or Secretary of Energy. Why is the Electoral College important? Acceptable answers include it decides who is elected president, or it provides a compromise between the popular vote and congressional vote. What does the judicial branch do? Acceptable answers include reviews laws, explains laws, resolves disputes, or decides if a law goes against the Constitution. What is the highest court in the United States? The answer is the Supreme Court. How many seats are on the Supreme Court? The answer is 9. How many Supreme Court justices are usually needed to decide a case? Acceptable answers include 5, or a majority. How long do Supreme Court justices serve? Acceptable answers include for life, lifetime appointment, until retirement, until they want to leave, or until they die. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? Acceptable answers include John Roberts or John G. Roberts, Jr. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. Name 1. Acceptable answers include to print money, to declare war, to create an army, or to make treaties. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. Name 1. Acceptable answers include provide schooling and education, provide protection, police, provide safety, fire departments, give a driver's license, or approve zoning and land use. What is the capital of your state? This one depends on your state. Look up the current answer for where you live. Who is the governor of your state now? This one depends on your state. Look up the current answer for where you live. What are the 2 major political parties in the United States today? The answer is Democratic and Republican. What is the political party of the president now? Acceptable answers include Republican or Republican Party. Name 1 right only for United States citizens. Acceptable answers include vote in a federal election, run for federal office, or serve on a jury. Name 1 right for everyone living in the United States. Acceptable answers include freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom to petition the government, or freedom of religion. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? Acceptable answers include the United States or the flag. Name 1 promise you make when you become a United States citizen. Acceptable answers include give up loyalty to other countries, defend the Constitution and laws of the United States, obey the laws of the United States, serve in the U.S. military if needed, or serve the nation if needed. What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? Acceptable answers include vote, join a political party, help with a campaign, join a civic group, or join a community group. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? Acceptable answers include April 15th or on or about April 15th. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? Acceptable answers include required by law, all people pay to fund the federal government, required by the U.S. Constitution, 16th Amendment, or civic duty. When must all men register for the Selective Service? Acceptable answers include at age 18 or between 18 and 26. One important thing Abraham Lincoln did. Acceptable answers include freed the slaves, Emancipation Proclamation, saved or preserved the Union, or led the United States during the Civil War. Name one reason colonists came to America. Acceptable answers include freedom, political liberty, religious freedom, economic opportunity, or practice their religion. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? Acceptable answers include American Indians or Native Americans. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Acceptable answers include Africans or people from Africa. What war did the Americans fight to win independence from Britain? Acceptable answers include the American Revolution or the Revolutionary War. Why did the colonists fight the British? Acceptable answers include because of high taxes, taxation without representation, because the British Army stayed in their houses, quartering, or because they did not have self-government. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? The answer is Thomas Jefferson. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? The answer is July 4th, 1776. Name one of the original 13 states. Acceptable answers include New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, or New York. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? Acceptable answers include the Constitution was written, or the Founding Fathers wrote the Constitution. When was the Constitution written? The answer is 1787. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers. Acceptable answers include James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, or Publius. Who is called the father of our country? The answer is George Washington. Who was the first president of the United States? The answer is George Washington. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Acceptable answers include the Louisiana Territory or Louisiana. Name one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Acceptable answers include James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, or Publius. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? Acceptable answers include U.S. diplomat, oldest member of the Constitutional Convention, first Postmaster General of the United States, writer of Poor Richard's Almanac, or started the first free libraries. George Washington is famous for many things. Name one. Acceptable answers include Father of our country, First President of the United States, General of the Continental Army, or President of the Constitutional Convention. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. Acceptable answers include War of 1812, Mexican-American War, Civil War, or Spanish-American War. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. Acceptable answers include the Civil War or the war between the states. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? Acceptable answers include freed the slaves, Emancipation Proclamation, saved or preserved the Union, or led the United States during the Civil War. Name one problem that led to the Civil War. Acceptable answers include slavery, economic reasons, or states' rights. The Emancipation Proclamation freed the slaves. Which president issued it? The answer is Abraham Lincoln. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Acceptable answers include freed the slaves, freed slaves in the Confederacy, freed slaves in the Confederate States, or freed slaves in most southern states. What did Susan B. Anthony do? Acceptable answers include fought for women's rights or fought for civil rights. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. Acceptable answers include World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, or Gulf War. Who was president during World War I? The answer is Woodrow Wilson. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Acceptable answers include Franklin D. Roosevelt or FDR. Who did the United States fight in World War II? The answer is Japan, Germany, and Italy. Before he was president, Dwight D. Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? The answer is World War II. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? Acceptable answers include communism or the spread of communism. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? The answer is Civil Rights Movement. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? Acceptable answers include fought for civil rights or worked for equality for all Americans. What major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States? Acceptable answers include terrorists attacked the United States, terrorists attacked the World Trade Center in New York City, terrorists attacked the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, or terrorists hijacked planes and crashed them. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Acceptable answers include Cherokee, Navajo, Sioux, Chippewa, or Choctaw. Name one of the two longest rivers in the United States. Acceptable answers include Missouri River or Mississippi River. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? The answer is Pacific Ocean. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? The answer is Atlantic Ocean. Name one U.S. territory. Acceptable answers include Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands, or Guam. Name one state that borders Canada. Acceptable answers include Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, or Pennsylvania. Name one state that borders Mexico. Acceptable answers include California, Arizona, New Mexico, or Texas. What is the capital of the United States? The answer is Washington, D.C. Where is the Statue of Liberty? Acceptable answers include New York Harbor, Liberty Island, New Jersey, near New York City, or on the Hudson River. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Acceptable answers include because there were 13 original colonies, or because the stripes represent the original colonies. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Acceptable answers include because there is one star for each state, because each star represents a state, or because there are 50 states. What is the name of the national anthem? The answer is the Star-Spangled Banner. The nation's first motto was E pluribus unum. What does that mean? Acceptable answers include out of many, one, or we all become one. When do we celebrate Independence Day? Acceptable answers include July 4th or July 4th. Name two national U.S. holidays. Acceptable answers include New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, or Independence Day. What is Memorial Day? The answer is a holiday to honor soldiers who died in military service. What is Veterans Day? Acceptable answers include a holiday to honor people who served in the military, or a day to honor people who served in the U.S. military. What is Thanksgiving? Acceptable answers include a holiday to give thanks, a holiday celebrated by the Pilgrims, or a day to give thanks for what we have. Why do we have the Star-Spangled Banner? Acceptable answers include it is our national anthem, or it celebrates the American victory at Fort McHenry. Name one of the 2 days Americans remember war veterans. Acceptable answers include Veterans Day or Memorial Day. What is the name of the national anthem of the United States? The answer is the Star-Spangled Banner. On the 4th of July, we celebrate independence from whom? Acceptable answers include Great Britain, Britain, or England. When is Constitution Day? The answer is September 17th. When is Citizenship Day? The answer is September 17th. What is Memorial Day? Acceptable answers include a holiday to honor soldiers who died in military service, or a day to remember those who died serving our country. What is Veterans Day? Acceptable answers include a holiday to honor people who served in the military, or a day to honor all who served in the U.S. military. That's all, 128 civics questions. The more you practice out loud, the more confident you'll be at your interview. You can practice these questions anytime, take mock tests, and track your progress, all free, at citizenpass.com. Good luck at your interview.